3 unconscious beliefs that are keeping you single that you haven't already heard from everybody else on YouTube. Hope you got your coffee. Hey there, welcome to my channel. If you don't know me yet, my name is Chelsea Albert and I'm your happy neighborhood hypnotherapist. I'm an intuitive healer and my gift has always been seeing those little unconscious patterns and blocks that we don't even realize we have to help you basically get unstuck and live the life that you actually want to live. I always love seeing these belief shifting videos on YouTube. I watch quite a lot of them and I love them. Honestly, a lot of it is really good advice, but they all say the same few things about unconscious beliefs. Especially, I'm not worthy. Okay, well, great. Increase your self-worth. I'm not enough. Okay, absolutely. How do we heal that? There's a lot of things that go into that that are very, very specific. So when we're talking about finding a partner, when we're talking about finding love, when we're talking about finding connection, there's a lot of really nuanced beliefs that really kind of keep us stuck. So the first one is that Disney screwed all of us. Disney and Hallmark screwed all of us with the concept of the one. There is this one soulmate that you have, and it is your job to find it. Otherwise, you will die alone in misery. This is actually one of the more common underground beliefs that people have, and it causes them to try to maximize their search for their one true love. This causes a real aversion to making any kind of mistake, so people don't leave themselves open to something that maybe didn't seem perfect at first, but actually is quite perfect for them and quite aligned for them. This idea that there is this one perfect being that is your soulmate is quite frankly BS. It's a belief system. See what I did there? Okay, the dad jokes don't get better from here. The fact is, from both a spiritual and a logical, very realistic perspective, you will have many soulmates over your life. These are not always romantic. A soulmate is someone who perfectly reflects and brings out of you the healing journey that you have been on and the healing work that you have already done. So, depending on where you're at in your life, you might have multiple soulmates. You might have multiple people throughout your life that as you grow and evolve and shift, are your soulmate. And even if that is not your path, even if you really do have a life path of one soulmate that is just your favorite human in the world, guess what? They're still going to grow with you. And the other thing is, there are still always multiple soulmates, even if you choose to only have one in your life. There are how many billions of people in this world by now? I lost count, but there's quite a few billion people in this world. And there are multiple people that are your soulmate at any given time, and they are all here throughout your life. So drop this idea that there is the one. Find your favorite. Focus on finding your favorite. Now, yes, if there is the one out there for you, you'll find them. This also kind of leads to this idea of scarcity. When people break up with someone that they thought was the one, what happened there is that person might have been your soulmate, but now you two have grown and evolved, and now you're ready to be more aligned with somebody else. But we keep getting stuck on this one person saying, they were my soulmate. I'm never going to find anyone as good as them. I'm never going to find anyone that I connected with as well as them. And again, all that is a Hallmark belief system. All that is Disney getting into our brains and saying there is this one magical person, when guess what? You are going to meet multiple soulmates in both romantic and unromantic forms in your life. You might have soulmate friends throughout your life. You might have a soulmate pet. You might have a soulmate business partner. And all of these people are out here waiting for you. So that scarcity can just kind of go away now. The next unconscious belief that keeps people single is, I don't have space. I don't have space for a partner. I don't have space for a family. I want a partner. I want the family. I want that life. Why isn't it happening for me yet? Have you been really, really, really dedicated to your routine and not leaving yourself space for a partner to come in? It's really interesting. We get really caught up in this idea of wanting a partner, wanting love. Okay, I want somebody. Okay, well, do you have time for it? When you have a space in your schedule, do you leave that space there? Do you leave that space open to connect with people? Or do you fill it with going out with friends? Do you fill it with work? Do you fill it with TV? Do you fill it with YouTube videos? If so, thank you for watching. But the point remains, do you have space? And are you intentionally creating space for someone to come in? This is a really sneaky belief, guys, because I see it with some of my most ambitious and successful clients. They're rock stars. They are absolutely, you would look at them and go, what a badass. They are getting everything done. They have their life together, but they have their life so together that they have not left room for anybody else to come in. Or sometimes they are so driven by routine, and that's a big mindset thing that some, business bros will preach is have a routine, have a this, be a machine, which gets you a lot of accomplishment, but it doesn't leave space for love. It doesn't leave space for other people, I should say. Love is unlimited, but it doesn't leave space for people to come in. So if you are someone who is secretly, unconsciously, a little resistant to giving up your routine, start looking at that. Start analyzing where you would actually like to create space for someone to come in, to shake up your routine, to lead you to somewhere new. That's the beauty of relationships, is they elevate us to a new level, which means that our routine is going to have to shake up a little bit, and that's okay. But if you are more secure in the safety of your routine than you are in the safety of love, it is going to be hard for you to welcome someone in. Just saying. The last unconscious belief that I see people struggle with is this concept of the person who is aligned with me really doesn't exist. I'm really not going to find them. And it's so, a lot of us get bogged down in this manifesting. We get this big list, we get all of these qualities, we go out and we find dates, and we're just not seeing who we're connecting with. We're just not seeing this person that's fully lined up with us. Or even if we do connect with someone, but they're this. And it's because there's this little, again, unconscious belief. I'm not saying that any of these beliefs are things that we're consciously thinking, because if we knew what we were thinking, we'd change it, wouldn't you? Right. So this little unconscious belief is sneaky in its own way. Because you're going out on dates, you're swiping, you're going out to events, you're doing all the right things, good for you. And yet you're not seeing anyone. Have you ever had somebody ask you to go to the fridge and get a bottle of ketchup? And for some reason, you're just in the wrong mood to see the ketchup. For some reason, you are just not, you are convinced that the ketchup's not there. You can't have it. I'm not seeing it. Where is it? You don't have ketchup in your fridge, Steve. And then all of a sudden, Steve just walks up and grabs the bottle from right out in front of your face. It was right there the whole time, and you simply couldn't see it. You physically couldn't see it. Isn't that interesting? So when we have this belief that, there's nice people out there. I do believe that I'm worthy of a partner. I do believe that I have space for a partner. But I just don't think that person exists. There's a lot of wonderful things to be said about that, because that means that you know who you are, you know what you're looking for. And now here's the question. If creation, if source, if the all that is created a you, why would there not be a counterpart created for you? Why would there not be someone created to bring out your best and highest good? Why would there not be someone to give you that experience of fulfilling romantic love? You don't get exempt from this. You don't get exempt from the human experience unless you choose to be. So really think about that. The person that is aligned with you is there. Maybe they're just dressed as a ketchup bottle that you can't see. I'm going to laugh so hard if this goes out during Halloween season and somebody gets together with somebody who's dressed up as ketchup. Please, if that is you, comment on this video. But really, you have to believe that that person exists. You have to believe that that life exists for you. And so many of us get programmed that, yeah, we deserve it, but the other half of it isn't there. The thing that we actually want really doesn't exist. And it's really a shame. It's really a shame because sometimes that belief doesn't even come from us. Sometimes that comes from our ancestral beliefs. Sometimes that comes from generations of people in your family being disappointed. I had to realize that in my own family history, I come from generations of women who married disappointing and untrustworthy men on many levels. Addicts, philanderers. Does anyone ever actually use that word? Dudes who cheated. I come from a long line of that, and I didn't realize that that was causing a subtle programming that I either had to settle for a disappointing man, or that the man that would really fulfill my heart didn't exist. And I had to go through an entire practice marriage. I had to go through a marriage and a divorce with somebody that was really not good for me before I decided that it was time to change that pattern for myself. And it was only when I healed that belief that I actually met the man that I've been dating now for several years, and it's the healthiest, most peaceful relationship that I've ever been in, and I cherish it deeply. But here's the funny part. We worked across the street from each other for 3 years without ever knowing each other existed until we were ready to meet, and then we met online. So you see, I was craving this relationship that would fulfill me, that would give me peace, that would give me that security and that safety and that sense of love and abundance of love, not just living off scraps, not just having to beg for scraps of attention. And I could not see him until I decided to heal that belief that what I wanted didn't really exist. Didn't expect to tell that story today, but it was kind of a fun one. I always love telling it whenever we're in conversation because it is kind of a cool little magical story. We couldn't meet until we were ready to see each other. So, those are your 3 really, really sneaky beliefs that nobody on YouTube's really going to tell you about. The myth of the one, the idea that I don't really have space for a partner even though I desire one, and the concept that what I desire doesn't really exist. Those 3 things might be keeping you signal. If this video resonated and hit for you, please leave a comment. Share it with somebody that you know that would benefit from it. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. And if you do want some help from me one-on-one, please visit my website. It's in the description. I can't wait to see you on the next video. If there's anything more that you would like to learn about these unconscious beliefs, leave a comment below. I'd love to dive deeper. Happy healing.